Alright, so we're looking at number 8. It says, what is 6 and 300ths minus 2 and 257 thousandths? What do we have to remember when we are adding or subtracting decimals? What's the key thing we have to remember? Justice. You what?
To line up the decimals.
Yes, you must line up your decimals. Alright, so what do I need to put above the 7? Jakaya. Okay. Can I take 7 from 0? Nope, so I have to borrow. Can I take 5 from 2? If I have 2, can I take 5 from it?
No.
No. What is 12 minus 5?
7.
What is 9 minus 2? 7. What is 5 minus 2?
3.
Alright, how did you do with that one? Alright, number 9. It says Jasmine needs $26.73 to buy a shirt. She has $21.76 in her pocket. How much money does Jasmine need? Alright, what's important in this first sentence? Jasmine needs $26.73 to buy a shirt. What's important? Mauricio.
Needs $26.73
Okay. She has $21.76 in her pocket. What's important in that question? Isis. Okay. How much more money does Jasmine need? Adam.
The whole street.
Okay. Is there something that should stand out a little bit more?
How much more?
How much more? And why should that stand out a little bit more?
Because it tells you that it's subtraction.
Okay, because it's telling you that we are going to subtract. Alright, can I take 6 from 3? No, I cannot, so I have to borrow. Can I take 6 from 13?
Yes.
What does it give me?
7.
Can I take 7 from 6?
No.
Can I take 7 from 16?
Yes.
What does it give me?
9.
And then, can I take 1 from 5?
Yes.
So that is the correct answer. Yes?
So since we got 7 at first, don't we immediately take B and C out?
You could. Yep. I don't eliminate answer choices as much with other things as much as I do with division, just because, like I said, division is just one of those things that you really struggle with, because there's so many steps within the process of division.
But usually when I do addition, subtraction, I would make the division too, and I see something like the first number I'm doing, if it's not there, then
Yes. Yeah, and if you have multiple choice questions, absolutely eliminate the answers that you can. Yeah, absolutely. All right, number 10. Says Alice earns $19.75 on Monday, $11.25 on a Wednesday, and $27.85 on Saturday. But how much did she earn in all? All right, so first sentence again. Alice earned $19.75 on Monday, $11.25 on Wednesday, and $27.85 on Saturday. That's important in that sentence. Michaela?
$19.75
What else?
$11.25 on Wednesday,
Okay.
and $27.85 on Saturday.
Okay. All right. And then about how much did she earn in all? Mauricio. Mauricio, what should stand out to us in this question? All right, so other thing is in all. In all is telling us to do what? Telling us to do what, Caleb? You should not be touching your iPad.
Subtract. I mean add, sorry.
Focus. All right, so we are going to be adding. When we add our decimals, what do we have to do with them? Line them up. All right, so 5 plus 5 plus 5? 15. 8 plus 7?
18.
I'm sorry, what? 8 plus 7. 15 plus 2?
17.
That's fine. Y'all do the math. Figure it out. Because y'all are absolutely, like, no.
It's 15 plus 2.
15 plus 2 is not 16. I promise you that. It is what? 17 plus 1 is what?
18.
Ah, no. 7 plus 9. 16 plus 1. 17 plus 1.
18.
Woohoo! 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1.
4.
Stuff. Alright. For this one though, so we have this answer. Obviously it is not A and obviously it is not D. So you're looking at B and C. Did anybody pick C? Okay. Why did y'all pick C? Huh? I'm sorry, B. Why did y'all pick B? Sorry. Who picked B? Raise your hand if you picked B. Okay. Jackson, why did you pick B?
I picked B because it said about, and if you're 57 is closer to 58.85 than 58.85 is closer to 60.
Question. Did she make $58? You can't give that person less money because she made that $58, right? Does that make sense? Because I don't know about y'all don't have jobs yet, but I know if I go to work, I want to get what I make. You try and give me $1 less than what I made, okay? You work hard for your money, you don't want to lose any money. Okay, so the correct answer for this one is 60. All right, next question. It says, Mrs. Smith went to the grocery store and bought the fruit below. How many total pounds of fruit did Miss Smith buy? All right, so Mrs. Smith went to the grocery store and bought the fruit below. What's important in this part right here? Bradley?
Like all of like the things, like all the numbers.
Okay, and then how many total pounds of fruit did Mrs. Smith buy? What else is important?
The entire sentence.
And looking at, actually it should just be total pounds, sorry. All right, so we need to find the total pounds, which tells us what are we doing. It says total pounds, Riley. We are going to add. If I'm adding decimals, what do I need to do with them? Line them up. Alright, stand up if you picked A. Stand up if you picked B. Stand up if you picked C. Alright, your correct answer here is A. Alright, move on to number 12. So this is obviously what's important. Now, how many of you guys, when you solve this problem, put the 0.04 on the top? I'm with you. Why did you guys do that?
Because the bigger numbers, I just use putting the bigger number on top.
Right. Yep. I am 100% saying that that technically is the bigger number. Why?
It has more digits.
Has more digits. I cannot flip that over and multiply. Can't do it. Like, it is just too bizarre to me. Okay? What do we need to remember when we are multiplying decimals? What do we need to remember when we multiply decimals? Just this. No, we never line up the decimals when we multiply them. Never. Alex,
Count the decimal places.
count the decimal places. So I have 2 right there. I'll come back to you when we get our answer, okay? Alright, and then from here we just multiply, so we have 16. There we have 12. Alright, so Alex, what do I do with that information that I found out about my decimal?
You need to start at the 6 and add 2 decimal places.
Am I going to the right, to the left?
Left.
So I start here. Which equals 1 and 3600. Sorry. No.
Yeah, 100. 136.
Oh, I'm on the wrong one. I'm like, wait a minute, what did I do wrong? Alright, so yes, that is the correct answer. Alright, questions about multiplying? Alright, looking at this one. Oops. What is 9 and 226,000 minus 8 and 9,200? What do we need to do here? Or what's important, sorry. What's important in that sentence? Nyla? Okay. Alright, what do we do when we add our decimals? What's that? What do I do when I add decimals? Huh?
You line up the
Okay, so do I do the same thing when I subtract them?
yes.
Correct answer for that one is A. Questions? If you don't get all of that, Charlotte, you got to get everything that is distracting you away from you at this point, because I'm tired of looking up and seeing you doing everything but. Get all of your stuff and put them on the floor. Where's your notebook even at that you should be looking at your work? That is closed. Take all of your stuff and go to Miss Sandoval. You're not even following along. Take all of your stuff and go. Take all of your, baby, you don't even have your notebook open. Go, now. Number 14, this is a meat and cheese taco, cost 75 cents. Any additional toppings cost 10 cents each. What is the cost of a taco with 3 additional toppings? So what is important in this question? A meat and cheese taco costs 75 cents. Josh?
Cost 75 cents.
Okay. Any additional toppings cost 10 cents each. What else is important? Luke?
Additional topping, 10 cents each. Cost us.
Okay. What is the cost of a taco with 3 additional toppings? Jakaya. Alright, so for this question, you can do one of two things. You can add 10 cents 3 times, or you can multiply it 3 times, or 10 cents times 3. Why do we need to do that? Why is that important? Why do we need to do that? Bradley.
Because like 10 cents is like 1 topping, and like you add 3 toppings, so you multiply it by 3, you get 30 or 30 cents.
So right there it tells us that we're adding 3 other toppings. Alright, so then Bradley, what do I do with that 30 cents?
Add it to 75 cents,
And when I'm adding my decimals, what do I need to do with them?
line them up.
Alright, so your answer for that one should be $1.05. Alright, questions? Alright, the remaining questions that we are going to go over today are GCF or LCM questions. Alright, so just keep that in mind. Alright, number 15, it says which expression has the same value as the sum of 45 and 25. Technically, we have not done distributive property yet. This is technically a distributive property question. However, it also ties into GCF because you can find GCF to help you find the number that goes on the outside. So, expression, same value, sum of 45 and 25. How do I find GCF? How do I find GCF? What do I have to do? Shelby? Nope. Adam?
Find the factors.
Fun. And why are factors different than multiples?
Because it's what can be multiplied by something to get the number and not what the number is multiplied by.
Yes. Alright, so we do 1 times 25, and we do 5 times 5. For 45, we do 1 times 45, 3 times 15, 5 times 9. Which number is our GCF between those two? Do you need to leave? Then you need to pay attention. Which number is the same in both of those? Trevor. Alright, is it also our greatest common factor? Yes, because it's the only, first of all, it's the only one that is the same in both of them. And it's also the greatest one. So the numbers next to it, so you end up with 5 and then 9 plus 5. So your answer for this one should be that. If you got that one right, great. If you didn't get that one right, that's okay. A lot of first period said, well, all I did was total, I added 45 and 25 and got my answer, and then I figured out which one equaled whatever 45 and 25 equals. Okay, that is also another way you can do it. All right, questions? All right, what is the greatest common factor of 16 and 48? What's important in that sentence?
Greatest common factor
Okay,
in 16, 40, 48.
so again, with my tall T, I have 16 and I have 48. Someone list the factors for 16. So I have 1 and 16. Jackson?
2 and 8.
Okay, any others? You sure 3 doesn't work? 3 times 6, doesn't that work? Are you sure? Are you positive? Alright, what about 48? So I have 1 times 48. Two times 24. Does 3 work? 3 times 16. Y'all should have this work done on your paper already. 4 times what? And then 6 times 8. Alright, so you'll notice that each one of your answer choices are also a factor. Okay, so if we find our common factors, I have 16, I have 8, I have 4, I have 2, and then over here we have 16, 4, 8, 2. So which one is the biggest one? Luke?
16.
So that is your answer. Alright, how do we do with that one? What makes GCF so hard?
The finding the doing the remembering the process of least common factor and GCF and not getting them mixed up.
Okay, but what's the hardest part about GCF? Like, there's a very hard part about GCF. What is it?
Not knowing all your multiples.
Not knowing them, not the multiples, but not knowing the factors. Alright, because if you skip 3 times 16, you get the wrong answer in this question, don't you? And 3 times 16 is not a common one for us to know. So you legit need to go through and say, okay, 1 times 16, 2 times 8, 3 times, nope, doesn't work. Jackson told me that. 4 times 4, 5 times, nope, doesn't work. Like, go through that process in your head so that you do not skip a number. All right? Number 17. All right, number 17 says, Clyde is counting by 9s beginning at 0. Tyler is counting by 12s beginning at 0. What is the smallest same number that they both will say as they count? All right, what is important in this question? Haley. Okay, what else? Okay, what else? Now, what do we need to be very specific about in that question, Haley? Smallest same number. Smallest same number is telling us what? Telling us what? Haley?
That would be least common.
Yes, that we are doing LCM. So I have 9 and I have 12. I always put the smaller number on top because we always find the first 5. And usually within those first 5 of the second number, you find it. You don't have to, it is your choice. Okay, so those are the first 5 for 9. Alright, so we have 12. What comes next?
24,
What comes next?
26.
Do I have my LCM? Okay? Questions? To me, LCM is a lot easier to find than GCF because it's just skip counting. If nothing else, you're just adding. Okay? Alright, number 18.
You did 8.
We did 18 and 19, right? Okay, last one, number 20. Thank you for reminding me. Alright, Matt has soccer practice on May 4th. He will practice every 4th day after that. Kent begins baseball practice on May 3rd and continues practice every 3rd day after that. What will be the first date on which they both have practice? Alright, first sentence, it says Matt has soccer practice on May 4th. Anything important? Jackson? May 4th is important, believe it or not. He will practice every 4th day. What else is important, Jackson?
Every 4th day.
Alright, Kent begins baseball practice on May 3rd. Justice? Huh? May 3rd? Alright, what else, Justice? And continues practice every third day after that. What will be the first day on which they both have practice? Justice? I'm sorry, Jagai.
What would be the first week that they
Alright, so I want to be a little specific with a couple of things. First day, and the word every. Okay, why are those important? Why do you think those are important? Let me ask that. Luke?
That means so since every fourth day and every third day, that means you'll count like so May 4th, then you go to May 8th exactly.
I don't need you to solve the problem. So you're saying because I'm saying every fourth day and every third day, I'm repeating,
Yes.
which if you're repeating, then you are doing what?
LCM.
LCM. Okay? So this is completely different wording than some of the other questions that we've had. So that's why this one might have been a little bit harder to figure out if you're doing LCM or DCF. So we start with 3 and 4, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Alright, so I have 4, what comes next? What comes next? Do I stop? Yes, I do, because we know that on May 12th, that is when they are going to have baseball and soccer on the same days. Alright, questions. Please look over your questions tonight. I know you won't, but please look over your study guide, look over your questions, look over your annotating. Remember some of the strategies that we've talked about today. Use them to help you tomorrow. Because we did not do great on our mid-assessment. I think your average was like a 74, which is pretty low from what they have been. Okay? Yes, Josh? Yes. All right, at this point, you are working on Imagine Math.